I stopped drinking, had to stop partying every weekend. I started reading, trying to be a better human being. I found purpose, then I started changing like the seasons. I made a switch from mumble rap to rhyming with a reason.
What up, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life podcast, where I'm your host, Anthony Lopez, and we just got a whole bunch of badass people on my show this week, right? And we got one of them right here, my boy, Torrian Ball.
What's going on?
Do I pronounce that right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And, with Torrian, let me just go say, this is not going to be weight loss. This is not going to be a weight loss podcast. I mean, he'll be able to kind of talk about me when you met me, but
absolutely,
let's get into who Torrian Ball is right now, and then we'll get into what we met. We're getting right into it because this is gonna be a good one. We're talkers, bro. You do this every single day.
Absolutely.
You spit into a mic every single day, so this is not new to you,
man. And likewise for you.
Yeah. I do, man. I do. I'm glad they came here, and he has his own team. No one can ever see behind the scenes, but yeah, he has his little team here. They're over here watching right now. They're checking out. I think. Are you guys you're gonna be doing a podcast soon too?
Yeah, man. We have a lot of stuff in the works, man. Shout out to my ACT team out here, man. But I can't talk too much about it right now.
That's all right. We'll keep it in the works.
It's in the works, man.
We just talked about some stuff we can't share, so it is. But who are you, Torrian Ball? I know who you are.
I am the king of relatable rap.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A healer. Been helping people heal for a long time. I'm an empath. I'm a father. And most importantly, a son of God.
I love that, man.
I
love it. You had that ready.
Absolutely.
Because that's your life. That's what it is. You don't have to worry about it. You have to write it down. You'd have to be like, oh, shoot, let me think about this question. You know exactly what to say.
Man, there's too many things that happened in my life, man, to show me exactly who I was.
So how we met, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play that clip for anyone that is, watching video for him. I'm gonna put that clip of where his original clip and then where I took his audio from. I'm gonna put that in right now. And that song that I used, do you remember the song that I used?
Absolutely. It's one of my biggest songs ever, man. Jungle.
I know. Yeah, man. Dude, what were you? I need to know about that. I need to know the inside of that story because I feel like just based off that song alone, we could dive really deep into this podcast.
So much.
Because you talked about a lot.
Yeah.
You talked about a lot. That's what caught my attention.
Yeah, it was like, just like you went through a transformation, that was my testimony for my transformation. You know what I mean? And during the time, man, when I was creating Jungle, I held on to it for like 6 months.
Really?
Because it was so vulnerable. I had never made a song vulnerable like that before.
You're letting everyone into your life, talking about everything you talked about, your family.
Man, just put it all on the mic, man. I left it all in the studio that day, and it was crazy because I went through a major transformation. And prior to that, I was more of your braggadocious rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just rapping about everything that everybody else was rapping about. It wasn't really no substance to it.
It was just trying to fit in.
Yeah, I was just trying to do whatever was trending at the time, trying to get anything to get some eyes on my talent, you know what I mean? And after I went through some heart-wrenching things, I went through so much death in my family. I'd ended up burying my grandfather in 2013. I buried my brother in 2014. No, I buried my grandfather in 2012, buried my brother in 2013, and my mom in 2014.
Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot per year.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that song sat heavy on your heart, man.
Yeah, man. It was and I was I'm the person in the family that was doing something positive, you know what I mean? And after all those deaths, I was the one that had to hold the family together.
How hard was it to stay positive during a situation like that?
Bro, just rock bottom, man.
That's why we're here today. That's why we have Heavy to Modify brand, because of rock bottom, man.
Rock bottom, man. It was just one of those things where I think the worst part of it all was how much it tested my faith in God.
Yeah, that's the first thing when stuff happens. You question everything, right?
Everything.
I question everything. That's my grandpa. I questioned everything.
Yeah, and
everything. I was so pissed.
We're both. We were both real close with our grandparents.
Yeah, grandparents are everything.
I was raised by my grandparents, adopted and raised by them. So that's where a lot of perspective and my character comes from, is being raised from people from a different time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel I think it's true when they say they don't raise them like they used to.
They don't.
You know what I mean? Because you don't see a lot of positivity anymore. No. You know what I mean? And getting to the reason why I started this podcast and the reason why I named it Modify Your Life Podcast, and I didn't name it Modify Weight Loss this, weight loss that, is because, bro, we all have to modify our life in order to become positive and better people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's why having someone on here that has a full-on rap career, that it speaks positive, it fits into what we're talking about. Because there's people right now that are on weight loss journeys that it's hard for them to be positive. The people that are losing a family member are at rock bottom, and it's very difficult for them to be positive. So for you sharing, your story and your background and your information, how you handle it, bro, how you modify your life, you don't know how many people you're touching right now, because everyone needs to work on themselves to become positive, but it's so difficult when you're sitting in that storm, right? It's like you're in that tornado and you're spinning. You can't see the way out, but like there's other people like looking like you're about to make it. But we can't see when we're in the storm, right? It's difficult.
When you're in the valley, man, you can't see the mountaintop. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I like that one.
Feel me? So
cut that clip, baby. Give that to him for the reels. I like that one.
You know, but and then on top of that, like just when I was going through all of that, man, I was moving so fast in life and the lifestyle that I was living that I didn't take time to grieve.
Francine tells me I still haven't grieved about my grandpa, and that happened in 2018.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
like
you feel you have? Do you ever actually get you grieve though? Like real question. Like I'm asking you because I don't know if I've grieved yet about my grandpa.
I feel like for me personally, my grieving process is very different from a lot of other people. I feel like grief hits you in random moments.
Yeah.
And, it'd be the smallest thing that will remind you of them and break you all the way down.
Yeah.
Or it'd be something that'll make you smile. Or, my grieving, process is, on certain days, I just act like my brother. I'll just act like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, one thought that kept me, holding, just to hold my whole entire mentality together was not questioning God's work.
Facts.
Always
I didn't go through the whole
knowing
stage of that.
It was a purpose, and always filling myself with the gratitude that out of, after traveling and seeing so many places all over and meeting people from all over the world, like out of all of these billions of people, trillions or whatever on this planet, I got chose to know this person, to share the same blood, the same DNA, and to be raised and learn the best parts about them and take those best parts about them and put them in myself. You know
double down on them.
Yeah, and so it was like, I just walk around with a lot of gratitude. Like now my following and everything I have going on, these people that they don't know, you know what I'm saying? Anything about my brother, my mom, my grandfather, my grandmother. So like it's really big for me, man, to make sure that they live on through me. And anytime I got super low, I remembered that there was people with more that were stronger than me, smarter than me, that had, way more life in themselves than me that aren't here anymore.
And you still are. It's crazy you kind of share that. I was fighting myself the other day. I was going up. I've been going for hikes, like getting out, like doing stuff hard, right?
Sure.
You watch my content.
Absolutely.
And I do love a challenge. I love a challenge. And so I'm hiking up this thing where it's not that big of a hike, but it's definitely a steep one, right? It's about 15, 20 minutes to get to the top and then walk back down and do it again. So I do about 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm going up the first time. This is my first time, bro. I'm pissed. I'm not happy. I'm annoyed. I'm like, why did I say do this? But I hop on social media to share with people that, like, honestly, I feel like my social media is like my free therapist, right? I always document what I'm doing. That kind of holds me accountable, right? Like when you talk about something that you're going to do, it helps hold you accountable, right? Because you got other people that are looking to you to do it. So I get there and I talk about how much this sucks or whatever it is. And I kind of stop recording. I'm like, I just need to focus on myself. I need to shut up and get to freaking work, right? Yeah. So I'm walking up there. I'm all pissed off, huffing and puffing. Like every single step, when you don't want to do something, you feel everything, right? Every single step, every single breath, everything
looking
sucks.
At the clock, look at the clock.
Exactly. And then I look at I take like 20 steps. I look, I'm like, damn, I'm close to the top, right? Bro, then this like, I'm going to throw it out there and say she's like late 40s, early 50s, right? Lady walks past me with like a fucking 10-pound rock on her head, looks at me and smiles, says, keep going, you got it. And keeps walking up the same path I'm complaining about with a 10-pound or 20-pound ruck on, right? Man. Bro, I'm telling you, I would post a picture, but I did take a picture because it was just for personal for me, so I'm not going to post her up. But bro, I'm talking about a rock that she found walking over, like a big-ass
like
rock.
A boulder.
10, 15-pound rock. I'm not even, no cap. This is 10 to 15 pounds. Walking, balancing, going the same path I'm doing. It has like Skechers on. And I look at him like, all right, God, I get it. I'll shut up. Like, you know what I mean? There's people out there doing more than me. I'll shut up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But you mean, it just goes to show like there's always someone out there that has it worse than you, or is working harder than you, or, doesn't have the same upbringing you, or, whatever it is. Like we're all working to be successful. We're all working to work hard, but everyone's starting in different places. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And when I seen her blow past, first let me say she blew past me. Like I was heavy. Like heavy breathing, blows past me, smiles and say, keep going. And she has a big ass smile on her face. And she's so happy to be there. Yeah. And I completely changed my whole mindset on that hike. And like, then I started jogging. So I caught up to her. One, I'm petty. Two, I was like, you know what I mean? But
like,
yeah. She ain't about to beat me up here. You know what I mean? And two, I was like, wow, like I'm over here complaining. Like I should be like, I'm happy I'm doing this. At 600 pounds, I couldn't do this before.
At all.
Well, why am I complaining? Because I'm having a bad day or a bad morning or I seen one bad comment. You know what I mean? And it's like, it goes to show like, you never know who has it worse than you, or you never know who has it better than you. It doesn't really matter because I had to stay in my lane. But me watching her work made motivate me to shut up and keep going.
That's why a lot of people have to understand that just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you're having a bad life.
Yeah, these people turn a bad situation into a bad day, and people turn a bad day into a bad life.
Absolutely.
I mean, people don't know. It's just the moment that sucks.
For sure. And
right?
I feel like a lot of people too, man, like, especially, that caters to your supporters, man, and your journey. Like, people that have been heavy set most of their lives have experienced different types of abuse, verbal abuse, you know what I'm saying? People saying things to them, saying mean things to them. And a lot of people want to change that circumstance. They don't want to be heavy. They want to be healthy.
You'll never meet anyone overweight, obese, fat, whatever you want to call it, that actually likes it.
You feel me?
So I can't stand like when I see social media people trying to promote this propaganda of being fat is okay or being fat is healthy or whatever it is. Now, being fat's okay. Don't get me wrong. You're already there. Yeah. But you still want to work on yourself. It's not healthy. You know what I mean? But people I feel are trying to push like this narrative, like being fat is okay. It's okay to be unhealthy. We should have bigger plane seats. We should have bigger this because I'm the size and you should adapt to it. But I don't believe in that, man. Like, you're never going to find these people with millions of followers or thousands of followers or hundreds of followers or no followers. If you're overweight, there's something about it that you want to change. You're just not ready to work on yourself yet.
That's true.
And I hate people push that. I can't stand it. It really bothers me.
A lot of people, I feel like, especially people that are scared to take that leap, a lot of people let their trauma, let their conditions, the way they look and things of that nature, they let that define them.
Oh, 100.
And they're like, I've always been known for being big. Like, this is why people like me.
You know what I'm saying? Why you talking to me so loud? Why you talking to me so loud?
Yeah, bro,
hey, but yeah, like,
I let God speak through me. You know what I'm saying? I might be talking to you. I might be talking to someone else, But like, I was one of those people, you know what I'm saying, for a very short period of time, man, where I was like, I let my circumstances define who I was as a person. And it wasn't the life I wanted to live. It wasn't the person I wanted to be. And I had to make a serious change. And God broke me all the way down.
Kind of talk about that. I like that. What, talk about that.
Well, after all the death that I experienced, I was already heavy in the music industry. I was heavy in the street, heavy in the club, heavy in the club. Oh my God.
I was heavy to modified.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like how you like that?
Yeah, I like that. Everything was, I like that. I like that.
Heavy,
We cut that clip. Everything was heavy.
And, but, that's what I was doing, man. I got to a point where, like, man, I couldn't go to sleep at night unless, like, I killed a bottle of Crown or, like, a pint of Crown and, like, smoked, like, because of the PTSD. Everybody that passed away, I got a phone call in, like, 2, 3 in the morning. And so after they passed, I'd wake up cold sweats, bad dreams, nightmares, 3 o'clock in the morning every day. I still wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day to this day.
Damn.
And, yeah, like the only time I could get like a full night's sleep was if I got faded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was your Band-Aid. Those were your crutches. You know, alcohol, smoking, partying, drinking.
All of that, you know what I'm saying? And so like it got to a point where it got so bad of me like mixing alcohols, because like obviously when you get faded, the nastiness of alcohol goes away very quickly. Tongue goes numb and everything tastes great.
Yeah. I'm not a drinker, man. So just give me 2 shots of something, and I'm good, because I hate the taste of alcohol.
See, I was, I had no control over that at that time in my life, and
no self-control.
Yeah, man. And
Same.
I started having seizures.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Grand mal seizures too. Like, not just.
Was that from the excessive amount of drinking?
Yeah. We actually found out that it was the mixing of alcohol. Like, I'd go out, be at the club. I'm a popular dude. Everybody wants to take shots. Some people want to take light, dark, tequila. You know what I'm
so
saying?
You were just all over the place.
Oh,
you were reckless.
Yeah, I was outside, bro.
Oh, you were a hot boy somewhere.
I just always, I was always doing club hosting. So I always have bottles.
That was your lifestyle.
And,
I think if everyone feels like that's a lifestyle I'm going to live now that I live in Vegas, well, I'm like,
it's like, no, this is not that.
You came here, you're like, oh yeah, we do. I'm like, I do podcasts, and there's my gym over there, and there's, I'll go here, and I go dirt bike over there, and that's it. Like,
that's it.
You know what I mean? That Vegas lifestyle gets you sometimes, I guess.
But that was me, man. And so when I started having those, I sat down with a neurologist, and he just had a real conversation with me. He was like, "Look, man, you're traveling, you got kids, man. Like, you could easily die from one of these." He was like, "You need to make a decision." And I was like, "Well, what do I need to do?" And he was like, "Man, obviously, you don't have to give up drinking, but you have to give up this lifestyle of drinking and being out late and staying up because you're getting dehydrated and all of these things are happening, and you're, it's the rap industry, bro. So there's not, people are pretty sketchy. You know what I'm saying? And, somebody could not know your condition. You could, have a seizure and just leave you somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I made the decision right then and there, man, stop drinking and stop partying, stop the lifestyle. And I instantly, within like the first month of me just completely going cold turkey, lost 30 pounds. And then by the end, it started in November. By January, I was down 50 pounds, bro.
Damn. Well, it's just like, it's not just drinking. You mean you drink at night, but you at 3, 4 in the morning, you're getting Taco Bell,
the taco trucks, you know?
Like that's what I always tell everyone. Like, and I kind of like talk when I talk to my clients, because we have weekly Zoom calls with my online coaching. We have weekly Zoom calls, but we have also weekly group Zoom calls. Nice, right? And we kind of talked about that. Like, think about that, like the bad decision you made, right? It's not just one bad decision that you made. That going out drinking, right, leads into 2, 3, and 4 o'clock in the morning food and tacos. And then also that 4 in the morning decision of food, also things that you waking up in the morning, you're feeling hungover. What are you going to want? Everyone wants that greasy food, right? Greasy. So then you go and then you sleep all day. So then you don't meal prep, right? And then you don't meal prep, you don't have food for Monday. So like that one going out may turn into like 5 bad decisions, turn into an unprepared freaking Monday, So absolutely. And that's the same thing with you. Like your crutch was not food. Your crutch was alcohol for what you're going through. Yep. Right. And a lot of us, and especially people who follow me in my journey, a lot of their crutch is food. Yep. Right. Their drug of choice is food, is fast food, is eating, indulging, binging and stuff like that. And your drug of choice was alcohol. Absolutely. Which either way, it both do damage, right? Super. I mean, look at you. You're having, grandma seizures and stuff like that. And so once you made that life change, right? Once you decided to make that switch, what started following once you made that switch and decided to like modify your life?
Losing all my friends that I thought were my friends that weren't my friends.
They were different friends. Let me just go to that. They were different friends. They were different friends.
And, I got also, during that time, I got diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety. Didn't know what anxiety was at the time. Damn. And coming from our communities, the Spanish and Black community, like mental health wasn't taken serious, especially back in 2016. Like absolutely not.
You don't talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, it's overlooked. It's underrated. It's, I'm not crazy. I don't need to go to a doctor type situation. And so when I started going through these things, I didn't really understand how to treat myself or anything of that nature. I started going to therapy. And like I didn't tell anybody I was going to therapy. I was just like, am I crazy? What's wrong with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because we don't really grow up like being told like, hey, like, we kind of like, I feel like you're a dude. Yeah. You're a man. We're a man. Be a man. Be a man. Be a man. Yeah. Bro, I tell my clients, it's like so funny because like, you're sharing this and like, I tell my clients, especially like my male clients, right? Yeah. I'm like, look it, all right, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I am an open book with you. Like, I'm not here to judge you. You're going to feel uncomfortable, right? We're 2 dudes talking right now. I get it. You're not going to want to share some certain things. I was like, but go back and look at my content and me pay attention to me talking about to thousands, hundreds of thousands, to 1.7 million people of how hard it was for me to wipe my fucking ass at 600 pounds. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if you think I'm here to judge you, I'm not. Like, you talk about whatever you want. Now, when you feel comfortable, but as guys don't like to, it takes it's a lot longer for a male to open up to a male than a female to open up with a male. And I'm talking from like my coaching standpoint. Absolutely, because as guys are so nervous, like I feel like, oh man, was he gonna think I'm not a man? Like, no, I'm not gonna think you're not a man because you're having a stressful day. Like, everyone has a stressful day. Male or female is gonna have a stressful day. So I completely get you when you say like you were nervous. I didn't know what to like talk about when I was going through my depression. You know what I mean? I didn't even talk to my own girlfriend. She didn't know about, none of my family knew about this. None of my family knew about my depression, my suicidal thoughts, anything like that until I decided to speak up on a podcast. I remember whose first podcast it was who I actually brought it up, but it was a shocker to my whole family. Like my mom was in tears because I didn't tell her, but no one knew. No one knew anything because like how embarrassing. Like that's what I was thinking in my head. Yeah. I'm fat as shit. I'm having suicidal thoughts. I'm super depressed. And I just want to give up. Like, how am I going to tell someone that I love like that about my life? Fact. I mean, that was to me at the time. I wish I would have did it, right? But at the same time, I'm kind of happy that I went through it, so I have to understand it and understand like when people are going through it, because I never really believed in depression. But at the same time, I was not going to bring it up to someone I love. Like, I'm not going to go to my girlfriend and tell her I'm depressed and having suicidal thoughts because I think she's not looking at me like a man. Facts. You know what I mean? So I only imagine how you felt because you were in 2015 or 16.
Yeah, it was 2016,
this was like around 2018 where I think it was a little bit more open to.
Yeah, starting to come out more. Process. I know for me, man, I hit rock bottom, man, and started having suicidal thoughts and attempted suicide.
Oh, really?
All the way. Absolutely. And
I was expecting to go there.
Yeah, man. just the depression and everything, because I'd lost everything. Like I had, all these people I thought were my friends, just disappeared. Fighting depression, anxiety, and fighting the urge to drink. You know what I mean? And so fighting this urge to drink and go out and just like, everybody's like, man, just come out and party, man. Just get your mind off of this. And I went through a major breakup. So me and my daughter's mom broke up at that time. And so
it was like everything compiled, like you compacted on one. Like everything was just like like its own level of rock bottom.
It was just one after the other, man. And when I went to commit suicide, man, I had the gun, sat in the room with it forever, went to do it, and it jammed.
No shit.
Fucking jammed, bro.
You're supposed to be here. That's why. That was a sign if you didn't take it as well.
Oh, it was. Oh yeah, I knew it, man. And like, I just broke down, and I just remember going in the bathroom, man, and trying to pull myself together. And I remember looking myself in the mirror and just saying, God, like, I'm listening. Like,
yeah, like I'm up now. I'm up now. I see it.
You know what I mean? And I'm a lefty, so like I always wipe my tears like this. You know what I mean? And that's what made me get this tattoo right here. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but my positive vibes tattoo. Right here.
There it is. Oh yeah, positive vibes. Yeah,
positive vibes tattoo.
Just like the bands. Just like the bands, man. Yeah, we had to.
So like, that's what started the whole positive vibes movement for me, because it just took that moment and for me to think one positive thought of gratitude and just knowing that God was there.
Say it again. It took one positive thought in order to switch literally how you look at life at the lowest part of your life right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? People that shit should hit home to a lot of people.
Yes.
It took one positive thought, right, that turned into taking action to now just be sitting where you're at today.
Absolutely.
Rocking the fly rolly.
You know what I'm saying?
Positive as hell, spreading positivity.
Yes, bro.
Right, and that's I feel like it's a difficult thing to do in the rap community.
Oh man, it's so
not
hard.
hating, but I'm just saying it's just you know what I mean. Like
it's highly violence, drugs, sex is all highly promoted in my profession.
100%.
And it's promoted so much that you forget that there are normal people out there that want to hear something to help them get through the day. They want to hear something to make them feel good. That wants to hear something with some light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? And that turning point in my life, I gave up music for about 7 months. I was like, I'm not doing music
anymore. Was this around 2020 or was it like 2019 area?
No, this is like 2018. And I gave up music. I was like, I'm not doing any music no more. Like, I don't know what to rap about anymore. Like, I completely changed my life, bro. I went from...
You were rapping about what you were doing.
Yeah.
And now you're...
I went from the club to the coffee shop.
You went to the club to Sunday service.
You know what I mean? And what's so crazy is I didn't even go to church. Like, after the therapy that I took, the only person I talked to about, my mental health and my journey and my struggles through the journey was God.
That's it. That's really all you need, man.
That was my therapist at the time, man. And what made me want to help people and like talk about my journey and be transparent about it was the fact that I knew that there were millions of people out there that didn't know how to put what they were feeling into words, that didn't know how to express what they were feeling or what they were going through. And I was like, bro, I don't ever want anybody to feel as alone as I did during that time. That's
literally why I started going more into my my journey, and I started talking more. I just started talking 2020, 2021? 21 is when I started talking, when I felt like I actually had a voice. There's a lot of work I had to put in on myself. Like, I went from being overweight, obese, suicidal thoughts, just lost my grandpa, put in all the hard work, and then I get Steve Harvey's show, ESPN, Access Hollywood, all that stuff. Like, and I felt like I had a lot to prove in very little time, but I didn't realize that I've already proved a lot. Yeah. I've already been through a lot. I didn't realize, because you're in the, like you said, I was in the storm. You don't see it. You don't see it. You know what I mean? And now fast forward into me speaking, it's like, I'm so happy I do. Let me just tell you, because I get so many countless DMs and even talking with my clients of like, yo, like you said this, and literally I just was praying about this today. And I'm like, oh wow, like amazing. Like, and that's what I gotta keep doing. So like, I've realized the most uncomfortable content I've make is the best for others to watch and listen to. So like, I didn't want to post this stuff. Like, the most uncomfortable stuff I've ever posted is like the stuff that has brought so much value.
Yes.
Right. And I don't like talking about not being able to wipe my ass or see my dick at being 600 pounds. It's not easy. There's girls that know me from high school on here. My own girls right here. I got family members. But I'm like, It's true because it's relatability. Because even just today, I talked to one of my clients. He sent me a voicemail. He was like, "Bro, I listened to your podcast and you were talking about this and you're like freaking speaking to me." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm speaking to you because there's not only you I'm talking to, I was talking to my damn self."
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's
I
what
need
got me
to
to change my
hear this
life. Like,
shit
I need to
too.
hear this too.
You know what I'm
I don't got my shit together as much as you think I do, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like the relatability, right? I feel like that's why you've blown up. So I don't think it was just my content who helped you blow up. You were gonna blow up no matter what because people need a positivity, especially around 2020, which goes into our next part. Is how we met each other. Yeah. Right? Because that to me is the flyest story ever. Let me just go. Bro. To me, I feel like it's like we need our own sitcom TV show.
Facts.
Because we did not know each other from a click away from social. You were on. I actually found you.
Yeah.
I don't think you were following me. You were on my For You page. Yeah. And I heard the song and I was like, damn. I was like, this is good. Like, this is like literally everything I'm going through right now. Like, and it was like captivating. I think I commented. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna use this song.
Yep.
And then what happened from there?
Both of our lives changed drastically. You know what I'm saying? And, that was, the thing about me putting it out. Like,
I still got that song on my playlist.
After I hit rock bottom and stopped music, that was the first song I wrote after I started going back to music.
The most vulnerable song, right?
The most vulnerable one, and I made it, and I was just like, how did this just come out of me? I made it in like 15 minutes. It just was pouring out of me, you know what I mean?
I was looking for the song. I have it in here, but I don't want to keep on my phone. People are like, whoa, this guy ain't been paying attention to him. Got a guest on here, and I'm not paying attention to him. If anyone watch a video for him, I was looking for the song, but it isn't a playlist because I love that song. I still listen to it, especially like
it's a
especially when
song,
I'm in like I'm in my feels and I'm in the gym. Oh yeah, for sure. I throw that bad boy on.
It's a timeless record, man. Like it's just so relatable no matter what you're going through in life. And I just remember having a conversation with my grandmother, and she was like, they can only love you for who you are.
That's facts.
And she was like, you don't have to follow this trend. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. She was like, just be you, and that's more than enough. And I had lost so much that I was like, I don't care anymore. Like,
you got nothing to lose.
I was
right?
like, I have nothing to lose. Like, what I hate to say it, but what worse could happen at that time?
No. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen to me other than getting struck by lightning right now? And does that sound too bad? You know what I mean?
And I threw it out there, and it spread like wildfire.
Dude, that song, yeah, man, like that song it's impactful. Like, like when you watch like American Idol or something like that, and you like hear the pain in their voice, and you just know what they're saying is true, and it just doesn't come from like a ghostwriter or someone's once told story. Yeah, like I heard that, I'm like, dude, like this guy has some problems. Yeah. And I heard it every single note in that rap. I don't know if there's a notes in rap. I don't know. People are probably like, what the hell is he talking about? Whatever it is, I heard it. I felt the pain in your voice. It's emotion, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I just simply just like put clips together that were going along with, your conversation to yourself. Because I feel that song you were talking to yourself.
That was a letter to myself.
It was a letter to yourself. And like, bro, it went crazy. I think it's sitting at like 80 something million views right now.
It's nuts.
It's a big number.
I know there's
and a lot of millions happened within the first couple of weeks. Yeah. It was millions.
Yeah. I think in the first 3 weeks it had to be like what? I think 8 million, 10
million, and then it just kept going up and
never stopped.
And then it stopped for a second. And remember when a couple more million came along too? It got high. It just I don't know the exact number. It kept going up. It was crazy.
There's over 50,000 videos on there now, man, of that song.
That's crazy. And I still get people liking that video, and I still get notified when someone uses your track and stuff like that. And people tagged me and you when they use that song.
For sure.
And I still, bro, like that is like a staple to not only our friendship, but like to a friendship. Actually, let me say to a friendship.
That was the birth of a friendship.
Yeah, that was the birth of a friendship because like how like, bro, like how what are the odds? And then like we end up hanging out during. Was it during COVID? It was right before COVID, wasn't it? 2020.
No, it was right during COVID. Like
right
at the beginning.
Right in the beginning because we went to go. Well, it was not Sam Ash. Went to the Marshall. It was like the photo shoot or somewhere, the guitar place. Yeah, it led into that, and then like we always stay in contact. Yeah, all three of us always stay in contact. Me, you, and
shout out to Cole.
I said Cole. Yeah, I just talked to Cole. He's listening out in Vegas. And it's so crazy because like, it's crazy how life works. Yeah. I was on social media. You put out something that was very, very, very vulnerable, right? That you didn't want to post. No. Right. And the crazy thing about my side is that I didn't want to post my first transformation video either, but my friends, my family, like, well, my girl, let me say that my Francine, because she gets pissed off. Francine and Daniel were the ones that wanted me to post it. Yeah. And I did it, and I woke up, and that was life-changing. One of the life-changing moments for me was from social media. And then the second one was when I used your song, but like you didn't want to post that. You know what I mean? And you didn't, and you were so nervous about it. And then when you posted it and I heard it, it resonated with me because it was vulnerable. And I was like, damn, like this guy's in pain, but like I love what he's talking about. And it just really hits home with a lot of different things you were talking about, losing people. And then now look at where it turned into a crazy viral video where people started following you for your story.
Yes.
People started following you. It benefited the both of us. And on top of that, the cool thing is, and the really, really fuck with you is because you generally do it to help people. Yes. You do it to share your story, and that's really cool because it would have been a really shitty situation if you would just been an asshole, right? You were just been like, I made it up. I'm like, bro, like, you know what I mean? When I met you, I knew you were cool because Francine asked me because I don't hang out with a lot of people who do social media. I definitely don't hang out with rappers. You know what I mean? I don't know too many rappers of you and my boy Mosaic, you know. But other than that, like I don't, you know, that's not my scene. You know, it's not my thing. And so when I hung out with you, I didn't know what to expect. But bro, you were like the most wholesome, humble, like family-oriented person I talked to when I got in the car, because remember it was pouring rain, bro.
Yep.
Remember that? It was like I've never seen it rain that bad in LA. And I called her and she's like, hey, how was it? I was like, I felt like I was hanging out with my little brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like I felt like I was hanging out with someone that was raised like me. You know what I mean? Because you never know who you're gonna meet. And plus, like she always get mad when I meet random people for social media. I'm like, what if he's a killer? I was like, well, I guess I won't see you tonight then. Huh? Yeah, we're gonna find that out.
Guess I won't make it home.
Guess I won't make it home tonight. But no, man, you were like talking with you, hanging out with you and Cole, and just you kind of sharing your dreams with me. And not only you sharing your dreams, I'm also gonna fast forward into today. Me watching you grow since we first hung out and since that videos went viral, which you've had multiple viral videos and you know what I mean since then. But, you know, watching you grow and watch you accomplish everything that you told me that you're going to get done since 2020. And it's only 2023. It's been less than 3 years. It had to be mid-2020. So we're going to say at least 2 years it's been since we had that conversation. You were sharing me while it was raining in my truck. We were talking, me, you, and Cole. You told me what you're going to get done, and you've got it done. Like, I've watched you grow. I've watched you perform on stages with it looked like thousands of people.
Absolutely.
You opened up for someone.
Open up for a lot of people, man.
But I can't even say if the last one you posted. It was a big one. It was a big event. I think it sent you DM said I'm proud of you.
I think it was Dirk.
It probably was Dirk.
I went on a mini tour with Dirk. I did some crazy shows with Kanye.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
I was at the I was a part of his Big Soldier Field show that he sold out in Chicago.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Like,
congratulations.
Yeah, that was probably the craziest event I've ever been a part of. It was wild.
And you planted that seed and existed, but not only did you plant that seed into existence, you decided to take action on that. Absolutely. Everything that we talked about in the truck.
You too, man.
Yeah. I'm on you right now. I'm talking about you, but
you
yeah.
though, man.
Yeah,
oh my
man.
God. Like, and you know, us both being on this journey and just so many people coming to us with, you know, their stories, their testimonies, like that song, man, it's changed and helped so many people's lives. It's prevented suicides. It's made people change the way they're living, get rid of toxic relationships. Like, it was just the encore of DMs that I've gotten on all social media, because it's went I said platinum. It's
going platinum.
Yeah, it's went viral on every platform, from TikTok to Facebook to Instagram. And so people,
your music videos fire too.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And like, you know, just the amount of people that it's helped and continues to keep helping every day, man. It's just, you know, it feels good to see that, and then to see you helping people, reading your comments, seeing people pouring their hearts out to you as well, bro. Like, man, the fact that we planted this in 2020 and it's done everything that it's done for our lives, for our journeys, and the growth that we've had since then, man.
And doing it the proper way, which is going to be what our next podcast is going to be, because, you know, I said I want to film too. I think what we should do, talk about that. And if you're, you know, like this podcast, definitely check out the next one we're going to drop. It's going to be a lot shorter. But I think we should talk about doing shit the right way. Yeah. It's very difficult, right? Yeah, so anyways, let's save that for the next one. But yeah, getting into it. No, it's like, I know that I want to help people. I know that I've wasted so many years of my life of just being a lazy ass scumbag and always being about myself. Like, I'm here to help people. Like, I had race car, Camaro. I manager at a vape store. I, you know, started a media company, like all this different stuff that I never really gave it 100%. But then when it got into this whole weight loss thing, and I saw like the inspiration it was bringing to people during a very hectic time in everyone's life of 2020.
Everybody needed some
I was
light.
like, no crap. And like, my girl's seen it, my best friend's seen it. That's who really seen it. My whole family still doesn't know what I do to this day. They're just proud of me. You know what I mean? They know I've been on TV shows and stuff like that. Keep fighting the fight. I got you, son. But, you know, at the end of the day, though, and to see like the amount of excitement people were getting and telling me to keep going, and then the messages were pouring into me, and like, it was so interesting. But at the end of the day, I loved it, because like every single time I talked to someone, it brought some type of value to them, and it's so cool. Like, it's so cool to live you know, I'm in a luxury apartment, bro.
Yeah.
Like life is amazing. You got a Rolex on. Like we can afford a car. We got this. We have
Multiple
a great family.
cribs,
Whatever it is,
cars, like,
all that stuff, right? But
all
like,
from
if
just-
I don't go one day without helping person, I am not gonna be happy. I can tell you that right now,
Facts.
right? Because I've been without all this shit, bro.
Yeah.
I've sold my Xbox 2 times already. You know what I mean? I've been let shit go to collections. I stopped working for a whole year to take care of my grandpa, so I'm not even gonna talk about that. But
bro,
there's so
I
many
did-
things that I
took
had to
3
do.
years, man. My grandmother ended up passing away from Alzheimer's. And before I moved out to LA, I took care of her for 2.5, almost 3 years.
And that's a full-time job.
Yeah.
You know,
I nursed her out of hospice. Like,
yeah, I did hospice for my grandpa because he didn't want a whole bunch of doctors touching him. So, our nurses, I think it's called hospice nurses, whatever it is. They're still amazing, whoever he worked. I can't remember the name. I would shout them out because they were amazing people. But you know, like I've been without this shit. You know what I mean? And I've been struggling. Me and my girl didn't know how we're gonna pay certain bills. And don't get me wrong, I could go to my family anytime. My family supports the shit out of me, right? They're gonna listen. So why don't you ask for help? That's not what builds character, is asking people for help. You know, I was overweight. I wasn't, you know, going to be just that lazy of a scumbag and go to my family to get me out of everything. You know what I mean? So like, this is all new to me. You know what I mean? Like, this is all probably new to you. Like, you know, you having the things you have, be able the freedom that you have to do. And it's all because, you know, you decided to take action. It's all because I decided to take action. And it's all because we decided to do it the right way, right? Because how many people do you know that have had the opportunity to maybe be sitting in the seat that we're sitting right now, but decided to take that scumbag way and they ain't winning right now?
Try to hit shortcuts.
Try to take shortcuts, try to you know, manipulate the fans and the followers and whatever it might be, right?
And fell off quick.
And that's it, because people see right through that bullshit, bro. And like with you and the way you present yourself and the way you talk about yourself and the way you share your music and you be vulnerable, which is, I guess, not the quote unquote manly thing to do, right? But at the end of the day, I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? We're all humans, right? We all bleed red. And look at where you're at and look what you got to do and look what you accomplished from it. And it's all because you decided to get uncomfortable and you posted up something that actually made so many other people, millions of people will say, feel comfortable because you got to share something. So it showed them that they weren't by themselves.
Facts.
Like, you literally let people, including myself, know that I wasn't alone when I was going through some shit. Like, it's a lot, you know what I mean?
We're all in it, man.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, like, I'm not speaking from the mountaintop.
Yeah.
I'm right in the valley.
I'm still in the
right
trenches.
here with you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still struggling.
I'm still going through things. I'm still struggling with things. Nobody's perfect. We're all works of progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, like, it's just the most fulfilling job ever. Like, the moment I tell people all the time, they're like, well, man, you're a crate. Like, your bars are crazy. Like, you know, you could just make like a quick hit real quick and like blow up. And I'm like, God has me here for a purpose.
Yeah.
God has me here saving lives with my music, changing lives with my music. That's worth more than any platinum plaque to me.
And I feel it's going to take you farther, because, you know, right now, I know for a fact that people are so tired of the negativity. Like, people are tired of it,
It's
bro.
repetitive.
People are so repetitive. It's so draining. It's soul taking. It's just, it's annoying. Like, even me, like, I went on this whole strike of like following things that were not bringing value to me. And I feel like if all of us decided to unfollow things, and when I'm talking about unfollow, I'm not just talking about social media stuff. I'm talking about unfollow people in life, in real life, conversations.
delete you in life.
Like backspace, delete. Like, you got to go. Like, if you are not bringing me some type of positivity, if you're not bringing me some type of happiness, if you're not bringing me some type of value, as I should be bringing you, then cut me out. I'm going to cut you out too.
And I'll fully respect
I'm going to fully respect it. Like, I respect you. I want to see you win, but you just can't win. We're not on the same path of winning right now. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at right now. Not this table. You should be at a table. Everyone should be at a table.
Yeah.
But you're at my table and you're taking too much from me. You're not bringing enough to this table. You know what I mean? And when I started to do this, and like I told you, my phone has been on Do Not Disturb for 2 weeks now. People are getting pissed. They're not happy. My family's not happy. But I've got to accomplish so much shit because I'm not letting the outside noise get with me.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Tunnel vision, baby.
It's that tunnel vision, man. Like, I'm locked in. Like, we'll
get
talk
back
about
to
this
you.
next podcast because we're going to get to the business side and the social media side and doing stuff right side. But, you know, bro, I turned being over 600 pounds, suicidal thoughts, depression, living in a back house of a garage into a well over six-figure company. You've turned something into being stressed out, being depressed, gun jamming.
Right?
You got me topped on that part because, I mean, I had the thoughts and was definitely planning it out, but you went for it.
Absolutely.
Bro, that's a sign. Like, you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here right now talking and sharing to so many people that are listening right now.
Facts, bro.
You know what I mean? That's crazy to see where you're at now and today and who you've got to open up for and where you perform.
Just to scale it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, to be able to tell my story, dig deep inside myself and be vulnerable for the world, to help people all across the world to know that they're not alone, and to create a 6-figure business as well out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and we both didn't have 6-figure business when we met each other.
Oh, and hell
bro,
no.
I was,
bro. I ain't have no Rolex,
they
bro.
think so. They think
I ain't
if you did, it was fake.
Yeah.
If you did, it was fake. If
none
you did,
of
it was
this
fake.
jewelry, like none of this. Like
No.
I didn't have any of this.
If people think followers think equal money,
No,
no.
they do
People
not.
make it look like they got followers and they got money.
Nah.
Behind the scenes, they're scraping. They're scraping 2 quarters to make $1.
That's facts, bro.
That's crazy. But like, so question, like we talked 3 years ago. I say, well, it's safe to say we met 3 years ago.
Yep.
Right. So, and everything you've told me you're going to accomplish, and we stayed connected for those 3 years you've accomplished. So, where's Torrian Ball in the next 3 years?
Next 3 years.
Where am I going to hold you accountable at? I mean, because you did the first time. So, I want to see you double down. So, where's Torrian Ball in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, Torrian Ball is going to obtain some Grammys, lots of platinum plaques. Torrian Ball is going to have his own podcast. Torrian Ball is going to be also getting more in the entrepreneur space, where I'm giving back, man. You know, the things that I've learned through social media, through marketing, through my story, my journey. I want to give these keys. I want to give these resources to people, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to do that. There's so many young kids that want to live this life, that do have the energy and the effort and the time and the passion to really go after it, and they have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
No idea. And just like you said, on this next, show, we'll be talking about how to do it right.
Yeah,
and
I'm excited for that. That's a new thing we're adding to. So you're actually the first person that, because I actually kind of got the similar idea from, you ever heard of Andy Frisella?
Yes.
You ever watch him? So he does like his different shows on his podcast. Like he talk about one thing, or sometimes do Q&A. But my thing is like, the controversial stuff, like, it's not always going to work for me, right? May work for weight loss, stuff like that. But also there's the things that we do. Like, we have brands. We turned Anthony Lopez into Heavy to Modified into a brand. You've turned Torrian Ball into a household
Tribe,
brand, and stuff like that. Yeah, your tribe and stuff like that.
Yes,
so
sir.
I think that's also going to bring value, because there's people that, you had trials and tribulations. I was overweight still when I was building this brand. You had your mental thoughts. You're building a brand, but we kept pushing through it and did it the right way. And then, stay consistent. But, and it all falls in line, bro. It all falls in line. Weight loss, building a business, being successful, being a good dad, a good brother, a good sister, a good mom, a good daughter, a good husband, whatever it is, all falls in the same line of working hard, discipline, consistency, and willing to change.
Yes.
That's it. It's all this. You want to be successful, I just gave you all the keys you need to do.
And
now, will you get out there and work on it? I guarantee they won't. Right. Some people will, though. There's one person that's going to listen to this, is going to get out there and do it, and they're going to send us a DM in a couple of years, and they'll be like, yo, I listened to this podcast, I took what you guys talked about, and I now do this, this, and this because of that.
Yes.
Right? And that's that person I'm waiting to hit me up. So in a couple of years, you hit us up. DM us. We're looking right at you. We're looking
right at you. And one thing that I want to tell you, and I'm going to look directly into this camera when I say it, is that new life that you desire so much is going to cost you your old one. It's going to cost you.
I was going to say it with some motivation, but he did it for me.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, like, I really want people to understand that. And what I want you to know is that you're going to try to hold on to that old life as much as you can. And the moment you let go, the other side of that fear of letting that go is everything you ever dreamed of.
That's it. I just posted something like that today. It's like, remember we used to dream for what you're living with, or remember when you dreamed for where you're at, or remember when you dreamed about being where you're at right now.
Absolutely.
Right. And I mean, that's just the realest stuff ever. Cause when we first met, I guess in our heads, we had a similar, like, I guess we could call what some people would say pipe dreams. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe stuff that they didn't believe was unattainable. A lot of stuff I
Absolutely
thought
not.
that I would talk to people and what I want to do.
Bro, can you imagine, like, people, you'd be like, yo, man, I'm about to lose, like, 400 pounds, 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, yeah.
All right, bud. Yeah,
All
I
right.
did. Oh, yeah, I've had people do that. Oh, you should see the comments, you know what I mean? And what about you? Like,
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm not sure if you ever planted the seed, but maybe you did say, like, one day I'm going to open up with Kanye. Or one day I'm going to work with Kanye. Like, I'm not sure if you ever had something like that, but you did it.
Yeah.
I mean, and people will always look at you like you're crazy, right? Because they don't believe in their own self.
Yeah, you're crazy.
You're crazy until you do it. And then all of a sudden, hey, man,
you're a genius.
Torrian, I believed in you, bro. Like,
From
I'm not
the
sure if you
jump,
remember
man.
from
Always
the
been
jump.
down.
Let
Always
me
been
cut
down.
about $20.
Right.
That's what I get.
You got it, right?
I don't know
You got
about
it.
you. You got it,
right?
right? You got the bottle service tonight. You're good. You're good. Nah.
Man,
You know what I mean? But like,
respect.
that's it. Like, they'll look at you like crazy because, at the end of the day, they're only passing on that negative vibe from their self into you, right?
It's a
Because they
projection.
don't see themselves doing it.
It's a projection. Like, people can only believe you can accomplish what they think they can accomplish.
Yeah, and let me just tell you right now, a lot of people don't think accomplish much. So that person that you're doing something right now to try and impress and try to show that you're worthy, I'll tell you right now, they're not worth it.
Not worth it.
Get out
man.
there and you look yourself in the mirror. That's a one person that is worth working for is going to be you, and that's going to be it.
And don't let people that gave up on their dreams tell you how to pursue yours. Please don't.
Damn.
Like, man, it's so much of that, so many leeches and, you know, energy vultures, man, that, you know what I'm saying, just really try to suck the inspiration out of a lot of people to keep them at bay and keep them at certain levels. But one thing that I don't want anyone that's listening to this to do is to demonize or villainize the people that don't believe in you.
No.
They don't have to believe in you, bro. And one thing that a preacher told me, man, on a flight that I was at, because I started, you know, going viral, started making some money, catching some buzz, and like I had a chip on my shoulder because I'm like, man, so many people doubted me, so many people didn't believe in me.
Let me go and check their Instagram, see where they're at right now.
Like they owe me an apology, you know what I'm saying? And like,
same, man, same.
I felt, you know, entitled to that, and like this preacher, man, he was like, you know, he was sitting there, and I was talking real passionate about it, and he was like, man, listen, he was like, you can't be mad at somebody for not being able to see a vision only you can see. You can't fault anyone for not wanting to work towards a blessing that was only meant for you.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
I hope you guys played that one back.
And it's so real, man, because it's like, it's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of these things, a lot of these people that we tried to get on the bandwagon with us, hey man, I'm gonna do this, you should try this with me, and like that they fell off or they didn't believe in it or they didn't want to do it, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Seeing people that are your friends that you wanna help and bring along, and that they didn't see it, and like even now with the success that we've seen, you see it in their eyes. You know what I mean?
It's not even like honest. I'm gonna be real. It's not even a friendship anymore. Yeah. It's more of like a friend to me because you're still that friend. Yeah. You're still there for them. You're okay with them not believing in you, but they are genuinely inside a little frustrated and mad at. Because like, you know what they do? When they look at you, they see their own self and they see where they could have been, but they see where they're at and they're not happy with it, right? We all came from the same street. We all came from the same school. We all came from the same block. We all came from the same neighborhood, whatever it might be. And they see it, right? And they didn't believe in you. Nope. And they know that even though I'm cool with them and they're my friend, their guilt is eating them alive, right?
Eating them alive,
oh, bro. I had people from my high school. I had people sharing my first weight loss videos. I had all this stuff and that would be shared, and we get passed around to me. It would get passed around to someone that was actually a homie. Yeah. Like, yo, look at this shit I seen someone posted about this or blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, man, that kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Because like right now I feel like I was a laughing stock of my high school. After high school, like even these motherfuckers who made fun of me for years, right? You know what I mean? And stuff like that. I always talk about the titty slaps. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers, right? I mean, these are cool guys right now. These cool people are still hating on me, but yet sending me DMs saying they're proud of me. But then now we fast forward and we look where I'm sitting at now. Exactly. You know what I mean? And I, you know, I'm not even mad at them. I'm not even mad at them for not believing in me. I'm not mad at them for sharing videos and making fun of my loose skin or whatever it is, because at the end of the day, like, I'm genuinely happy.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I walk into my luxury place. I get into my own car. I get to bring content to people that's actually valuable. Facts. While they get to sit here, watch me be happy. And I feel like that's the biggest flex because I'm genuinely happy.
Yes. They hate that.
And they hate it. They hate it. They absolutely hate it. You know, they sit there and they drink their fucking haterade and watch me get on Instagram talking about how I hate doing cardio every day. And I'm like, you don't even follow me. I see you out there. You don't follow me, but you watch my stories every day. You don't follow me.
You don't like, you don't do anything. But yet you are and you know everything. Like everything. The funniest thing for me when I go back home is like, I'll see somebody that I definitely may have known or don't know. And they be like, still do music? I'll be like, yeah. They be like, yeah, bro, I just seen your shit. Ooh, like you're doing your thing. I'm like, bro, Why'd you ask me if I still do music if you follow me, bro? Like, you know,
are you still losing weight, bro? Yeah. I think I look different than the last time you saw me at 600 pounds, but I mean, okay.
Right? Does it look like I rap? You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's crazy though? And check this out. And this is how I want to end our first podcast or this podcast with it, is that those were the fucking people we were trying to impress.
Right. That was
the people that couldn't even impress their own goddamn self. Those are the people we're trying to impress. And now I feel so dumb. Like, why did I want that girl to like me?
Yeah, why did I waste so much time?
Why did I waste so much time trying to impress that person? Why didn't I just learn that I was the one that mattered? Why did I do this? Originally start doing this for myself. Like, then I might have started earlier. You might have been started earlier or been more vulnerable earlier, you know? But it's like, I look now, I'm like, what an idiot. Guys are dumb. Yeah. And I'm speaking off of my own self in my high school, junior high experience. Like, guys are dumb.
And now I was one of them.
I was one. I was like, damn. I was trying to impress her.
Like, what?
What? Damn. I was like, oh, I seen the DM I showed my girl, and I just unread and just delete it. You know, that good old unread on Instagram. Shout out to you, Instagram, for putting that unread. You've never seen it. But yeah,
facts, bro.
I think we went on like a 5-minute tangent of just like, I don't know if we're flexing, we're just, we're just pouring it out. Like, it's true though, because it's true. It does sit on our hearts, because we went on a whole 5-6 minute conversation about that. Like, bro. It sucks when people don't believe in you, but at the end of the day, like, our biggest flex is, us loving what we do every single day.
Yeah,
I wake up happy as shit.
Yeah.
Happy.
Genuinely happy, gratitude, just knowing like, come on, bro. There was a time where you had to struggle just to get out of the bed, bro.
Bro, that was a time where I had to struggle to put shoes on, put socks on, to do normal day-to-day habits. And with you too, there's a day where you struggle. You couldn't even go to sleep without being under some type of substance.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Where you were genuinely so unhappy with your life that you thought that alcohol was going to be the way that's going to help you sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, there was a time in my life where I felt that food was the only thing that was going to comfort me during the time right there. You know what I mean? We both had addictions.
Yeah.
We both had Band-Aids. They were just two different things, but they were not doing anything good for us. And once we started to break those bad habits and we started to break those addictions, and once we started working on ourselves, once you hit your version of rock bottom and I hit my version of rock bottom, our life has completely changed physically, financially, and spiritually.
Absolutely. For the better.
Yeah. So if you're going through something right now and you're feeling that you're in a boat that which we were once in, then look it. This shit's going to be difficult, right? You're going to have to wake up after you hear this podcast. You have to go look in the mirror and you have to point the finger in the mirror and say, like, look it, it's up to me to change this. It's not up to anyone else to fix it. No matter what you're going through, whether you're going through suicidal thoughts, whether you're going through obesity, you're going through alcohol problems, whether you're going through drug problems, whatever you are going through right now, it is going to be up to you and yourself to get this done and fix it, right? There ain't no one coming for it.
Yeah, nobody's coming to save you.
No one coming to save you.
And one thing I want to cap off on ending this out, man, is, mental health, weight loss. They have people in both industries that can help you. A therapist can help you with your mental health. A personal trainer can help you lose weight.
Find someone to talk to about this.
But at the end of the day, they can give you all the tools. Like my man right here can literally give you from point A to point B everything you need to do to lose weight. He can give you all the tools that you need. A therapist can give you all of the tools and exercises and self-realization moments that you need to understand your condition, but you have to do the work. You can't escape the work. He can't do the work for you. He can show you the technique. He can show you the breathing. He can show you the eating, the diet plan, but you have to do it. And so please, if you don't hear nothing else on this podcast right now, understand that you are the work. You are your greatest investment. Don't take that lightly.
Facts, babe. Facts. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't execute, you have nothing.
Absolutely.
We're in off of that. Bro, that was solid, man. Yo, everyone, go follow my boy, Torrian Ball. I'll put everything you need to get a hold of him down below. His YouTube channel, his TikTok, his Instagram, his website, his OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But honestly, it was amazing to have you on, brother, man. And
absolutely,
I knew this was gonna be good. Like, we took no notes on this one. I did. Frank's like, what do I need to do? I'm like, no, we go straight in because we believe and we stand by our brand and what we do and how we speak, because it's our story.
Absolutely.
There's ain't no gaslighting, nothing around here.
Open book.
Man, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of everything you accomplished. I'm proud to see you how much you've grown, and I know in the next 3 to 5 years you're gonna accomplish everything you spoke about earlier, man. So I'm proud of you. I know this brought value to someone else. So remember, this is Modify Your Life podcast. This is your boy Anthony Lopez. We got my boy Torrian Ball here spitting some fire today, bro. That was some pure heat. Was that good back there? Everyone, was it good? Hell yeah. So hope everyone enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next podcast.
I stopped drinking, had to stop partying every weekend. I started reading, trying to be a better human being. I found purpose, then I started changing like the seasons. I made a switch from mumble rap to rhyming with a reason. Now the word of mouth is I'm the hottest out.